10-year fixed annuities are still paying 5.25% right now. And that's with USA, one of the most highly rated insurance companies out there. And I'm sure there's still even more than that at some of the lower rated insurance companies. When I say lower rated, I'm not talking dog poop rated. I'm talking, A and whatnot. I think USA is A+. Anyway, you have to double check on that. Dude, if you're a conservative investor and you're about to retire, I don't know how you go wrong. Look, I can't tell you what to do. Don't take this for advice. I don't know. But a 10-year fixed annuity paying 5.25%. Just think about that. If you put $1 million in there, that's going to generate $52,500 a year of income with no downside risk at all, other than the solvency of the insurance company. So you wake up 10 years from now, you still got $1 million in there. Yeah, it'll be reduced because of inflation. So maybe the purchasing power is now down to $850,000. All right, no downside risk at all. If you would have retired in 2000, your purchasing power is a hell of a lot less. If you had a 60-40 portfolio, that's for damn sure. So I'm just sitting there thinking, man, dude, if I was about to retire, I'd be looking at this for sure. For my longer bucket. Now, because you still need cash. And that $52,500 might not give you enough cash that you want from your portfolio. But if you're going to do the 4% rule, which you shouldn't, but if you're going to do that, you can't. I mean, my goodness, that is such a good rate of return for no risk. You're taking $52,500 a year with no downside risk. Again, the only drawback is it's not subject to inflation, so you're going to wake up 10 years from now and you're going to have still $1 million, which won't give you the buying power of $1 million. I get that, 100%. But then again, there's other things too that could happen. Bear market, maybe the returns don't give you the 5.25 that like Vanguard's not expecting that. It's crazy. I'm gonna do a video tomorrow. I was gonna do it today, but I don't like doing 4 videos, so this is my 3rd video of the day. I don't want to be too silly, but I'm gonna show you the best retirement scenario there is for conservative investors. I just work on my book. You're always working on your book. I know, because every time I think I'm done, I want to try. It's a sickness I have. It's a sickness. Let me try this strategy. Let me try that strategy. It's a sickness. I'm sick. I'm like Randy. Stan, I got a disease. And Stan says, just stop drinking beer, Dad. I can't. I got a disease. It is so funny. Give me a beer, Stan. No. I got a disease. I'm unable to control it. Anyway, so if you had $1 million, you're making $52,500 a year. Now, will that be enough to cover you for your whole retirement? I don't know. But all I know is at the end of the year, I still got the equivalent of $850,000 in my portfolio. I spent $525,000 over 10 years. I still got the equivalent of roughly $50,000, and I'm just using, for simplicity, 3% inflation. I'm assuming $1 million, say, will buy me $850,000 in 10 years. I don't know that for sure. You have to double check that. But I'm just like, dude. So you take the bulk of your portfolio, you put it in that guy. You're just going to live off the interest. You got still a year or two of cash, just in case, if you need a roof or something like that. Remember, you always have access to 10% of your portfolio anyway. So if you need to take more for the roofers, maybe even 2 years cash might be even too much. But then you maybe take a little bit of stock. So man. That's with $1 million portfolio, obviously, in the annuities. So I'm not saying, if you have $1 million portfolio, you put all in annuities, and then you have $52,500 of income. That might work, it might not. That seems pretty good to me. But if you had, let's say you had $1.3 million, you take $100,000, put it in cash, and you need $50,000 a year. You put $1 million into the annuity, and you put $200,000 in VTI. Dude, you kidding me, man? That's a freaking great portfolio. You got the cash for short-term stuff in case of, you need a freaking new car, the freaking roof goes off. You got your $52,500 a year of spending. You got your stocks, to give you the hopefully the hedge against inflation. Man, I'm gonna have to model a scenario like this because it's just good, man. I mean, the 10-year treasury is at 4.17 right now. The 30-year treasury, the 30-year is at 4.8. I guess you could say, but Josh, after 10 years, the rates might be dropping. Okay, was that be indicative of inflation going down? And the rates might be lower. All right, we're that 10 years. But lower rates doesn't, what does that mean? We haven't lost anything from my principal. And generally that would be implying inflation is lower anyway. So what would rates be at that point? 4? All right. I mean, but I'm 10 years now of retirement behind me. Anyway, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this, the best retirement portfolio for a conservative investor you've ever seen tomorrow. You just hold your horses, Sonny. Hold your horses. All right, God bless.